Good evening. This is the Dolores County Broadcasting Network. And yep, today I have nothing about the New York Jets. But the one thing that still amazes me is I watch our student assistants. They come in and all they do is look at their phones. I think an atomic bomb could go off in this building and they would still be looking at their phones. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I could be talking to them and they're in a trance. They're in a different world. Just absolutely concentrating and focusing on their phones. So with that, the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Tuesday, February 26, 2019. Our camera person is Cowboy Harrison. Video engineer, sound engineer, and producer is Edward. Teleprompter and prompter is Myra. And I can guarantee those two are not buried in their phones. Then we have our phone news anchors, which is Lion Green, Pepper Faulkner, and Scooter Faulkner is our meteorologist. And this is your news director, Dan. And do not have my face buried in my phone. And now, the news.
Welcome to the DCTV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Hello? Testing? Quit. Welcome to the DCTV 4-H Kids Evening News Show. Help us keep our news show on the air by becoming a sponsor. You can buy a sponsorship by calling 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Now for the news. Hi, I'm Austin. Our first story is from the Denver Post. Denver Zoo welcomes a new baby. Meet Winifred, the lesser kudu antelope. Warmer temperatures mean zoogoers can meet the newest baby animal at the Denver Zoo. Winifred is a lesser kudu born February 5th. A lesser kudu are part of the antelope species, zoo spokesman Jake Kuby said. Lesser kudu are one of the more striking species of the antelope. The species has a white stripe running down its back with 11 to 14 stripes coming off it and down the animal's side. Stripes stand out on a grayish coat on males and a reddish-brown coat for females. Males are also adorned with impressive spiraled horns which will twist 2.5 times and can grow up to 3.5 feet long. Facial marking consists of black stripes running from each eye towards the nose and a white stripe running from each eye to the center of the face. Legs are fawn-colored with white spots above the hooves. 2 white spots adorn each side of the neck. Depending on age, they can be close in size to either a mule deer or elk. Winifred, along with her parents, Joe Moscato, and 2 others in the kudu herd, can be found in the Central Ranges exhibit. She's spending a lot of time with her mom and dad and is nursing a lot. Kuby said he joked that it appears the baby kudu doesn't know how to walk. She pounces, does full sprints, and comes to full stops. Winifred made her public debut on Monday and can be seen in the exhibit on days when the temperatures is at least about 43 degrees, Kuby said. The lesser kudu, Kuby described her as adorable and extremely energetic and rambunctious. It's named after her grandfather Fred. Lesser kudu are native to northeastern African countries such as Somalia and Sudan. This story is from the Durango Herald. Now with Little Lion Man.
And 2 traffic cases. Marquis Lopez was a passenger in a vehicle that was allegedly contained meth. A Cortez Police Department incident reported states of officer pulled over a Silver Dogs truck on West Main Street because of a defective brake light about 12:13 p.m. on February 13th. Out of 4 people in the truck, the officer reported that 3, Roy Niskai Lopez and Robert Williams, the driver, had a history of illegal drug use. Williams told the officer he was taking Lopez to court at 2:30 p.m. In about 15 minutes, the officer asked if there is anything in the vehicle he needed to worry about, to which Lopez said no, they were headed to court. Lopez Police drove Lopez to court so she would not be late, while other officers searched the car. According to the police report, officers found a bag of meth and 2 syringes under this guy's seat. Also in the back seat, an officer found a bag of meth, clothing with a .45 caliber handgun under the front passenger seat. An officer found 2 meth pipes and additional syringes. A passenger named Tanya Labato was arrested on a felony warrant for larceny and a felony investigation. Hold for impersonation. Williams was cited for defective brake light, no driver's license, no insurance, and an open Bud Light beer can in the back seat. This guy, a convicted felon, was arrested on suspicion of possession, a handgun, and a controlled substance. The bag of meth weighed 1.7 grams, according to the police report. The truck was towed. After police drove Lopez to court, she pleaded guilty to possessing meth in December 2018 case and was sentenced to 12 months probation. As part of a plea deal, a February 2018 meth possession case was dismissed. Both of her drug cases, which are now dismissed, stemmed from traffic stops. Lopez also had 2 pending animal violation cases involving her pit bull, which allegedly attacked her neighbor's sheep. According to the police report, officers found a bag of meth and 2 syringes under this guy's seat. See what drug use can do, cause you don't lie to the cops. Yep, more dumb criminals. This story is respectfully dedicated to our peace officers. This story is from the Cortez Journal with Little Green Lion.
Mesa Verde National Park is seeking public comment on a plan to remove free roaming horses and cattle from the park's interior. Currently, about 80 trespass horses and 12 feral cattle roam the back country of the Mesa Verde, which is known for its ancestral Puebloan ruins. The animals are not considered wildlife, and the park does not allow livestock grazing under its management policy. On Friday, a livestock removal environmental assessment was released for a 30-day public comment period on the issue. The park's preferred alternative, B, includes a phased, proactive approach to remove all livestock within 5 years and improve the park's boundary fencing over the next 10 years to prevent livestock from re-entering the park. We are working on how to humanely remove livestock from the park and identify potential homes for captured unclaimed livestock, said Mesa Verde National Park Superintendent Cliff Spencer. The primary capture methods identified in the preferred alternative include baited pen trapping and horseback roundups. The National Park Service will coordinate with the Colorado Brand Inspection Division and local brand inspectors to identify possible owners to the trespass livestock, and will follow the most humane methods as defined by the American Veterinarian Medical Association. The park said park managers have been working to reduce the population of horses, including working with the Ute Mountain Ute tribe to return horses that have been wandered onto the park from the adjacent reservation, said spokesman Christy Brown. But because of the horses' fast breeding rate, the park is looking for a permanent solution. Legally, we are not supposed to have them here, she said. They compete with native wildlife and cause damage to water lines. This story is from the Cortez Journal. Now back to Daniel Lyon, man.
Don't worry about those big dead herbivorous dinos that their leafy meals were likely much more hearty, wholesome, and nutrient-packed than researchers thought. And there may have been way more of them than researchers once believed. The conventional wisdom about the big plant-eating dinosaurs like Brachiosaurus and Argentinosaurus is that they had to eat huge amounts of leaves all day to grow to their massive sizes. But a newspaper published July 11th in the journal Paleontology suggests that this idea might be wrong. Don't worry about those big dead herbivorous dinos. Their leafy meals were, this is a repeat. The leaves' nutritional value tested by fermenting them and studying the gas produced as a byproduct of that process was marginally lowered on average in higher CO2 environments, but not significantly so. The study found in some plants didn't become less nutritious at all. That in turn means the plant of the era could have sustained a larger population of plant-eating dinosaurs than previously believed. The researchers wrote, the large body size of sauropods at the time would suggest they need huge quantities of energy to sustain them. Fiona Gill, a paleontologist at the University of Leeds in the United Kingdom who led the research, said in a statement, when the available food source had higher nutrient and energy levels, it means less food needs to be consumed to provide sufficient energy, which in turn can affect population size and density. Which is to say, hardier leaves would have meant more food to go around. That could have led to 20% more giant leaf-eating dinosaurs roaming the land than previously thought, the researchers wrote. Now for dumb laws with Hannah.
Our dumb law segment are laws that are still in many books are still on the books in many towns, cities, and states. Dumb laws in Pennsylvania. Cities. Any motorist who sights a team of horses coming towards him must pull well off the road, cover his car with a blanket or canvas that blends in with the countryside, and let the horses pass. Ministers are forbidden from performing marriages when either the bride or groom is drunk. No more than 2 packages of beer at a time may be purchased unless you are buying from an official beer distributor. It is contrary to Pennsylvania law to discharge a gun, cannon, revolver, or any other explosive weapon at a wedding. All liquor stores must be run by the states. In Salin, operators of bingo games may not advertise the prizes offered. Persons convicted of felonies may not operate bingo games. In Coniville, one's pants may be worn lower than 5 inches below the waist. In Danville, all fire hydrants must be checked 1 hour before all fires. Now for the weather report. Our current weather data comes from the DCTV weather station located in the beautiful downtown Duff Creek. The current temperature is 34 degrees. The high for today was 36 degrees, or 35 degrees. The low was 22 degrees. The barometer is at 30.27 inches and it's falling. Humidity is at 97%. Wind is between 1 and 8 miles per hour from the northwest, gusting up to 17 miles per hour. There were 0 100ths of an inch of moisture melted today at the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 600ths of an inch. Moisture accumulation for the year is 600ths of an inch. Now for the big map, courtesy of the National Weather Service. There is snow from Washington east into Montana and Wyoming, and then into California and ends into South Wyoming. This white shaded area indicates possible heavy snow. Snow and some snow mixed with rain follows the coast from Washington into California, with rain extending into Nevada. Most of the west is clear. Snow begins again in the Dakotas and ends in Pennsylvania. Freezing rain starts in Oklahoma and ends in Missouri. More rain is falling from Virginia and ends in Georgia. Rain mixed with severe thunderstorms starts in Texas and follows the Gulf states until the Atlantic. Here's our exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Wednesday, mostly sunny high, mostly cloudy high 41, low 26. Thursday, mostly cloudy high 44, low 29. Friday, mostly cloudy high 43, low 27. Saturday, chance of rain high 43, low 31. And then Sunday, high snow showers high 43, low 27. And we present you with a snow total report, which is the amount of snowpack in the mountains across the state. We hope it will be helpful for our farmers and our skiers. Statewide, snowpack is at 115%. Here in the Southwest, we only have 125% of normal. Now for the climate change report. CO2 carbon dioxide is considered a greenhouse gas and is one of the principal causes of climate change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability. This results in significant variations worldwide of moisture and hot and cool temperatures, but the general climate trend is the planet is slowly warming. Therefore, it is important that we report the CO2 weekly changes. These following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. Last week, 410.98. 2 weeks ago, 412.41. Last year, 408.45. 10 years ago, 387.61. 50 years ago, 325.64. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration and Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth Network for providing this information. Remember, you can help keep our kids' news show on air by buying a sponsorship. To become a sponsor, just call 970-677-4119. That's 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director. You were late.
And of course, if you notice, our student assistants have their, oh, okay, they put their phones down. So with that, that's the end of today's DCTV 4-H Evening News Show. This is your news director, Dan, saying good night and thank you for watching.